Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I'm going to show you guys how I apply adhesive vinyl when it comes to patterns like this to a tumbler. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so here is the supplies that we're going to need today. Number one, you're going to need your SVG. Now this is a Leopard SVG I got over on Design Bundles. You're going to need a tumbler. Now, I'm a sucker when it comes to neutral colors, so I really love this, and it's going to go perfect with this leopard or cheetah. So highly recommend you find a neutral. So cute. You're going to need a scraper tool or an old credit card or debit card or something. You're going to need some transfer tape and a pair of scissors. So today, we're not going to do this the way that you think it's going to happen. This is actually going to be like, what are you doing? But bear with me and it'll work. All right, so here we go. So there's a few ways that you could do this. Okay, so there is actually, templates out there. You could definitely look on Design Bundles. I'll try to have one linked below. So you could get a template, even if it's a pattern, because you could weld it and just make it a solid to where you could put it on top of this, slice it, and make it where it was like a wrap, if you will. I believe that's what they're called, is tumbler wraps. So that way it would perfectly, taper off, because like this right here is 11 inches, I believe 10 inches, and then 9 inches around. So it kind of goes down, if that makes sense. Not for me. So what I did over in Cricut Design Space is I actually brought this in, I welded it together, then took a square, sized it to what I needed here, which was 11 by, I think, 5.5, and then sliced it so that way I had this right here. So now that you've got it at this point, there's a couple different ways to do it. Number one, if you did the wrap, you would have it where it perfectly wrap around here. Well, you're gonna kind of struggle, and you might get some warping here and there where you're trying to like lay them all back down and stuff like that. I've seen people take their weeding tool, pick them up and do them one at a time, especially with something like the leopard or the cheetah, because it's so random, you're not even gonna know. I could stick these wherever I want and create the pattern myself. But today, I'm gonna show you another way. So let's start with our transfer tape. Let's go ahead and get it down. Like I said, I've already got this size down to what I need. I'm going to take my transfer tape here and get this down. All right. Just like so. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I'm going to take my scraper tool and go ahead and get this attached to the transfer just by simply rubbing it down. You just want to go over it a few times to make sure it's adhered. All right. Now, this will drive me crazy, so I'm going to go ahead and trim away the excess. So the way that I'm going to do this today is I'm actually going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut this down into separate layers, right? Now I'm going to go around to make sure I'm not cutting anything. I definitely don't want to cut any pieces. I'm going to go around. I just want them to be in strips where I can put it on and it's going to go perfectly straight down every single time. Now, once again, with something like this, like a pattern, you can't even tell the way that it was. So you can pull it off. Now with something that's more solid, you wouldn't be able to do it. But with a pattern like this, you're going to be able to do it. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this down into strips. All right. Now I think that's going to be good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and keep these lined up to the way that they belong, right? And I'm actually going to start with a smaller one here. So I'm going to start in this direction just to make it easier. And I may end up cutting this one down a little bit more. We'll see as we go along. Now, the best way to get this just to stay still, you can definitely make a, one of those cup holders that they use for tumblers. You may already have one on hand, or you can simply take two scraper tools and get one on each side and push them in just a little bit, and that's going to hold it in place for us. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start right here. So you want to figure out about where you want your seam to be, and I'm actually going to do it here. Now make sure that you've already completely wiped this down with alcohol. And I'm going to go ahead and peel this up. So I'm going to lay it down flat, get it at an angle like usual, and peel it up. All right, just like that. You want to make sure you stay nice and straight for this because you're going to create that crease there. And so what I'm going to do is I've got it right here on the edge so you guys can see that, right? Is I'm going to slowly start to push that over, just like so. And you guys can see that. So now I'm just going to rub that in with my fingers. Just like that, and now we're ready to peel it up. So I'm going to go ahead and get it at an angle and peel it up. Now I had one here that tried to bubble on me, and I'm just going to take my weeding tool and get it fixed. All right, just like that. Now if one got up here and I didn't like it, I could peel it up, trim it, and pop it back. So let's keep going. So I went ahead and zoomed you guys in so that way you guys could see a little bit better. So I'm just trying to keep it lined up here and get it down. So I'm just going across there and then just going to start rubbing it down. It's really good to go in the center and then kind of rub out. So just like that. Then you're going to rub it with your fingers. All right, get it at an angle and peel up. So you see what I mean? Like you can't tell what the pattern was. So you can't tell if I made a mistake, if I got over or anything like that. Now I can see a couple pieces where I'm going to want to come by and cut those off. You could definitely take a knife blade and get a nice clean line and peel those up. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Now I can see that I've got one that wants to overlap, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that guy off and get rid of him. All right. So I'm going to get my straight line. I'm going to double check on this side. So before I seal up this side, I'm going to double check and be like, okay, I need to get rid of a couple pieces here. So I'm going to get it as close as I can, just like that. And now I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to trim away the extra. So I know that this is going to overlap. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these pieces. Okay, so I can look at it and I think that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and lay everything down just like that and rub it out. Now I'm going to go ahead and take it at an angle and peel up. Now I see this little guy came up, but it's fine because it was going to end up too far up here because you see this little piece too. I can simply pull it off. There you go. How stinking cute is this? So now if you've got a little place down here and you're like, I want to make that look a lot better, I could come back. All right, so say I want to add one right here. I can go find an extra little piece that I didn't need and I can simply just pop it down like so. Now to go ahead and get these pieces, I'm going to peel it off. So right here, I don't want it all the way up here. So what I would do is just simply peel it back enough, take a pair of scissors and trim that off, just like so. And then move on to the next. All right, so there you have it. How cute is this? So what do you guys think about this method for applying, say for example, like a pattern like this? Now, like I said, you wouldn't be able to do it with, say for example, a name or something that was a real big design because you'd have to really line those up. But when it comes to a pattern, you can't tell. Nobody knew how this pattern was. It's so random that you can't even tell that you had to cut it down into strips. Now, like I said, I've seen people individually place them, but this is a whole lot faster, don't you think? So let me know in the description, what do you guys think? Do you like it? Another thing that I would do is I could pull off several of these and place a monogram, or pull some off here and put a name straight down, and that would be cute as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.